Live. We're live on Friday Night Live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Gramps Live. Tonight, no guests. We're just chit-chatting with you guys. Probably next week, I'll have Russ Snyder's the current Bassmaster Angler of the Year. He wrapped that title up at the last Bassmaster event. We'll have him on to talk about his year and, them getting ready for the big event at the, I say end of the season, but next spring at Lake Fork. But we'll have Russ on the Everything Kayak Fishing podcast. But tonight, hey, it's just a Gramps Live. Me with you chit-chatting like we used to do in the old days. It's been a while. Man, it seems like I've just, I'm honestly, you can tell I'm a little bit more pumped than I have been. I'm coming back feeling good. I had a great checkup with my my regular physician at the VA a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and he was super pumped about my weight loss and blood pressure's way where it needs to be. And then today I actually met with my heart doctor, who is also a fan of the Fishing with Gramps YouTube channel. He fishes for bass and up in northern Indiana. And so it's always fun seeing him. And I forgot to take some cards and stickers to him, which I'm going to see him again in December for my once every 3 years echocardio, just to verify that the ticker's ticking the way it should. But yeah, my doc I'm 56 and he's been my doctor since 2 weeks before I turned 35, which is when I had my first myo and cardio, my whatever it is, the precursor to heart attacks. Been with him twice. He had to put the balloon in up my arteries and into my heart the first time, and then he put stents in the second time. But man, that's been over 20 years ago, and we've been good ever since. And so it was great seeing him today, and they're happy to see me with my weight loss working. It's kind of myocardio infarction or whatever it is, Liz. Appreciate you. MI is what I've always called it for short. So this time when I actually wanted to go say it, I couldn't remember what the hell it was. But yeah, K-Ro, if you're wondering, I'm not drinking just water tonight. Actually, I've made some other changes other than just eating a healthy diet and doing more exercising. I'm starting to get back into my workouts, my kettlebells, things like that too. But I've made some other changes too. No more Mountain Dew Zero, no more soda. It's actually been, today's the 22nd. Chad and I swore off all sodas, swore off all sodas a month ago. And he kicked the habit a little bit before I did. And then last, I was like, all right, that's the last Mountain Dew. So my staples are obviously water. Tea is one thing I like, and I'll actually put honey in this. I drink, I still drink a couple of cups of coffee in the morning. But I've given up all the extra zero sugar, everything, zero sugar Gatorades, Powerades, all that stuff. And just trying to, like I said, be healthier. But for me, tea, water, and what I've got a mix of tonight is actually what something I discovered from another doctor of mine. It's called Relight. And what it is like salt and electrolytes to help keep you hydrated and things like that. I'll probably drink a couple of these a day, mixed in with my water, my tea, and other stuff like that too. So I figured I would just share that. Those of you who were at the house down at the Knucklehead, saw me kind of, doing a lot of this, even though then I was still chugging, the Mountain Dew. We've completely put that past us now. So, pretty much my basic diets, I'm not going to say it's full carnivore, but bacon, eggs, steak, kind of a meat based with salad, veggies, and things like that too. Just keeping it simple, keeping it, easy and honest. But trying to do things, in a healthier way. That doesn't mean the good flavors in the Relight. Yeah, I love like this mixed berry. With anything, the flavor's not always, great, because a lot of the times when they do like the zero sugar stuff, you're getting no calories, but they're still putting sucralose in it. And if you start paying attention, what sucralose does, it goes in a lot of things. And I've even adjusted, like another thing, the doctor the health doctor that I follow on Instagram, even Greek yogurt. and that's like my snacky snack. But even some of the Greek yogurts have like sucralose in it. But there's one from like, I can't remember, it's called Oikos or something like that. Um, it's more natural, and I'm not trying to get on the whole health kick tonight too, but Liz, 6 weeks no smoking. That is amazing. Way to go, my girl. That's amazing to hear. We were talking a little bit on the last live, but Liz actually set up a birthday fundraiser for her birthday the other day. So if you follow Liz on Facebook and you got a couple extra bucks sitting around maybe doing nothing, go donate those couple of bucks to Heroes on the Water through Liz's fundraiser, because hey, the more money we can donate to Heroes on the Water, the better. And I think we talked a little bit about Freedom Squad donation to Heroes on the Water, but now that Chad's back from Mexico, we'll discuss that more when he goes and does that donation on behalf of the Freedom Squad and all that too. But Josh says no cigs, I would die. Actually, you'll live longer. My last cigarette, and I was a Marlboro Red smoking mother, was yep, Liz says her birthday is Monday, wanted to start it early, so that's even better. So you still got time to go celebrate Liz's birthday, young lady, and go do that too. But again, so the healthy lifestyle choices, my doctors are absolutely loving it. And I'm all about that too. But what else do we have? I guess I got a lot of catching up to do. I should have made some notes because I didn't even think about going live tonight. But you know what? I was like, I got to get with the fishing fam. I've got to get back into my ways. What helped build this fishing fam community into what it is interacting in these chats and things like that too. It's cool when I have guests on. I see Michael Ridenauer in the chat. We're going to have him back on. Sadly, Michael and I actually shot a video together too, but for whatever reason, my mics didn't pick up and record the stuff I wanted it to do. But again, I was testing something new while we were out there on the water fishing one day. And, but I'm going to get Michael on, and we're going to chit chat about his upcoming season, qualifying to make the 10, and then, qualifying and going. He's going to fish the Bassmaster Kayak Series Classic out there in the spring. Of course, I'll be down there watching and filming and chasing people with the camera and doing all the other stuff too. But if you've been following me on Instagram, you saw that I picked up the new XTR, the Bonafide XTR, and I'll walk you out here and show it to you in a minute. I've had some other projects going on, which should explain the lack of content lately. But yeah, of course, give me 1 second. I got this kitty cat. You need to go outside. Stupid. You got to come in here and should make Grant come and get her. But we're going to have some cool guests coming on and all that too. But yeah, we're going to work on it. But you know what? First and foremost, for those of you who have been following along since Knucklehead from last year, guess what finally arrived? Our 2023 Knucklehead Hero Cup second place fish ops boards finally got in from catch. Poor Duke, that poor dude. They lost, I don't know, 2 different sets in the mail. They had guys hire and fire, but yep, I finally got mine. And of course, if you're in the squad chat on Freedom Squad, you already know this. But if you didn't know, so Jeremy and I's boards came here, right? Liz, I think, got Antoine's board, and Alex got Liz's board. And, they sent the 3 boards out to 3 different places, all to the wrong people. Of course they did. So hopefully they're going to remove these little hex screws and just send this custom piece and swap it through each other on the weekend so that they all have their own names on their own boards. But yeah, I thank Duke very much for getting these out to us. I also want to thank Duke especially for sponsoring the Fisherman Gramps with the trophies for the year, for the Hero Cup, Knucklehead stuff, for all the participants who were in that. Duke and I are going to work on some things. We're going to work on some collaborating on some stuff in 2025 as well. I love catching everything that they do and represent. But as you can see, they got the fish ops. I've got another board that he actually did for me that has got the Freedom Squad logo in, in the white emblazoned. It's actually out in the garage. I'll show it to you in a minute. Whereas, this one's got the fish op stuff. But stay tuned over the next few months as Chad will have some announcements, more stuff that we've got going on with fish ops. Yeah, I see that Liz set yet another incorrect rod. And I'll go ahead and make this announcement now. If you didn't, if like I said, if you were in the squad chat, if you weren't, you don't. I actually resigned from being any part of Monster Bass, Grande Bass, and First Contact Tuxton. Love the companies. I'm just going on and doing different things this year. What all that is entitled to, I don't know yet. Kevin Gray from out in California, welcome to the Gramps Live tonight. We're just kind of catching up on some stuff going on and talk about what we're going to do. Probably not a whole lot, it's all fishing related, but just kind of catching up stuff on the channel since I've been in and out. Let me 1 second before this stupid cat loses her mind, wants to go outside. Of course. It's kind of funny because I've had different companies want to reach out and work with me too. And I don't know how I feel about all that any way. But again, moving on from Monster Bass, I love Grande Bass baits. I'll still be using them and buying them off Tackle Warehouse. Don't get me wrong, because that's one of the only places you can get them. Boy, I should just leave it that I want to move on, but some things irk me. And again, if and you're in the squad chat, you kind of hear the talks when some of the stuff like Monster Bass Live has just to me gone down the dumps over the last year. I used to love it when Rick would have people like from Strike King or Z-Man or Bass Pros or things like this. Instead of having somebody that just talks over everybody like he knows every damn thing there is to know about fishing. I really did not appreciate the way that said person handled the live with Cooley, who's a great lady angler who just loves what she does. She's anti, posting booby pics and fish all the time. And I'm the same way. If you want to turn me off of your channel, show me ass in thumbnails all the time. I can't stand people who exploit their wives, their other half, or just the fact that they're a model and they're just there to show fish and I can't stand that. I mean, I really can't. I have a daughter. I have a wife. I want to promote ladies fishing as much as men and everybody else. I love the fact that people are in shape. But if you're just there to show me a pair of whatever and a fish that I'm not watching you catch, I don't care. And I'm just not going to be a part of it anymore. I tried to make that clear early on, but you know what? You don't care about what I think or whatever, and that's the way that you're going to sell the stuff that you're going to sell. More power to you. I'm not going to have any part to do with it. And then I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop, being a part of the people that promote that shit. I'll just put it that way. It's just, I get it. I have a lot of respect for a lot of lady anglers who put out the blood, sweat, and tears. It's one thing if you've got a camera on in the back. I'll use Christine for an example. And it just, if you happen to be a lady angler and you're catching the back view and you're standing up in your kayak and that's the way you fish, she's not doing it in a bikini. She's not doing it to do anything. She's just doing it as an angler. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to leave it at that because I respect what Christine and a lot of the other lady anglers that are out there grinding their butts off to just go catch fish or have fun or do it. And I'm going to throw that out to Liz, Cairo, everybody out there who's just having a good time. And, they're not. That's enough. I'm walking away from it. That's as Forrest Gump says. Was it Forrest? Yeah. Just all I got to say about that. But again, I'm just not going to be part of it. So I'm going to move on. I'm going to work with my primary, peeps, American Legacy Fishing, Fish Texas kayak trailers, working with the Moving Water Outfitters paddle shop up in Zionsville. And they sell new canoes, bona fides, old towns. They sell all the good stuff that I like and I recommend to people. And it's just one of those things. But love Grande Bass, love stuff they do. But from that, I'll send people to Tackle Warehouse and tell them to go buy them because they catch fish. I'm not going to exclude a bait company, because they don't do that. Cooley is actually one of their lady anglers, and I have a lot of respect for her too. So I love me some Grande Bass. I'll continue to do that. But I'm moving on and I'm done with it. And okay, that's it. Enough of that. I do have some future unboxings coming up from some ones, a second reel that I've been playing with all year long, and I really like it. This is one of those it's not the highest end, but it's one of those midway reels, but we'll talk about this more. So I'm going to get back into some unboxings, some reviews, some first looks of things coming. And I've also got some other baits and things like this. I'm going to do some videos coming up on technique specific things, and of course baits that I've had. And if you can see behind me, Jesus, my whole everything back there is just like all jacked up. I've got crap everywhere. But I've had another project going on, and it's kept me busy for the last couple of weekends. It's kind of kept me from editing too, even though my next smallmouth river fishing video I hope to have up by Sunday. And then once that video's done, then we go up to Wisconsin, and you guys are going to enjoy the videos from Wisconsin. I'm sad that I'm this far behind in editing because there's so much that I can't wait to share with you guys. The trip up north was incredible. I can't wait to go back and relive those moments and share those videos with you. If you just watched my last video where I won my, first local state, derb, had the best day of fishing on this lake that's always had my number. And I just that swim jig, had to call Darren. It was incredible. But I've got another river fishing video coming. I've got several fishing videos coming up that's going to last me through probably the New Year's. And then we're going to really get into doing a lot of reviews on stuff that I've had to play with. Bucktail, thanks for hopping in tonight, brother. Get back to work, and hope you get on the water soon. But I did need to actually, I need to go back and cover a couple of things because, Jeremy and I and Matt, we all love fishing in various, events around here too. So some of those have ended. And of course, Catch 22 is still going on. But I wanted to, let's see, share, present, screen. Which one am I? This was a really cool challenge that Jeremy and I fished in this year. And I can finally say I beat him in one of the challenges for the season. But it's SIAC, one of our favorite clubs around here. It did a big 7, and it was really cool. And Jeremy and I were like back and forth in this all year, but we both actually finished in the top 10 for the state for this challenge, and that was pretty cool. But let's see. I actually got 2 20s on this one, a 21 1/4, which is my Indiana PB, and then a 20 1/2. And then, some 19s and 18s going down through there. And then Jeremy was like right there behind me with a 20 and a bunch of 19s. So we were both stoked to finish in the top 10 for this. That was really cool. So that was kind of the Hickman boys are out there kind of catching some fish, and we really enjoyed that. We both won a grubby tournament this year. He won it there on his home waters on Boggs, and I won one down at Bluegrass, which I was down there in Chase's neck of the woods, and we had fun with that too. But that was a great. I hope they do that again. That was really fun. It's just like your 7th biggest bass throughout the season. That was really cool. And then if let's see if I stop sharing that one and go over to I gotta make sure I'm catching up, keeping up the questions you guys are asking too. That was Bucktail leaving. Oh, I missed it. Gramps, do you fish in the winter? If so, what do you wear for winter kayak fishing? I don't fish a lot in the winter. This year I'm going to. The reason we didn't last year is because we didn't have our kayaks. We sold our kayaks and then we were moving from Old Town to Bonafide, and we didn't get our Bonafides until almost it was well, it was April because we literally got them just before the KBF National Championship. Now, I'll be honest with you. Jeremy fishes. When he fishes, he's got the heated jacket and all that stuff, right? Gramps, I'm a polar bear, dude. I don't get cold. I'm that guy who deer hunts in like a flannel and light jacket, and I'm dead serious. I don't get cold. I drive Jeremy and Matt insane because it seems like every year, whether it's in April or March, and we're fishing, it seems like the first tournament we fish of the year, the big one, like a national, it's we start out like in 33 or 35 degrees, and I'm literally out there in my same pants half the time in my Crocs, but I wore my NRS boots this year, and then I might wear 2 t-shirts under a fishing shirt and then my PFD. I might bring some gloves, but it drives them nuts. I don't get cold. I've just always been, even when I weighed 155 pounds back in my Army days, I was that dude who never got cold. Now, the first hint of a 90-degree day, I'm out there crying like a baby. I'm hot. I'm going to die. That's me. My wife is the complete opposite. So we literally fight for that 1 degree difference in the bedroom throughout the summer and the winter because that's just the way it is. But I'm not a cold weather water guy. Now, I will say, if you are, and Jeff Little actually did, he's done videos with this and he's talked about us. He's come on this live stream and talked about it, but about wearing wetsuits and things like that, because what you don't want to have happen is you come out of the water in that 40-degree, weather. That stuff will shock you and can really keep you from even swimming. We've heard stories of world-class, swimmers who kayak fish. And, if they hit a rock or something and come out into the water, that water can shock you and put you in jeopardy. But let me tell you this, I will be fishing over the winter, one in my boat, hitting Turtle Creek, which is a power plant lake about an hour and a half from here. And in my new kayak, which you guys are going to start seeing the rigging videos on, at a power plant lake that's about 2.5 hours west of here, over at Newton Lake in Illinois. It's a power plant lake. So you're going to see Jeremy and I bundling up words. My nasals is getting me. You're going to see us bundled up and going fishing on warmer days, but in a power plant lake, so we can make use of that warm water discharge that will draw all those bass up into the area and really concentrate them for us. So Jeremy and I are making some plans to make trips over there throughout the winter so we can at least go fishing, and at least once a month, maybe twice, to go hit those power plant lakes. We're going to try to find any warmish days to go make use of those power plant lakes and use them to our advantage, just because we have access to them. Even though it's a bit of a drive, I'll get up and drive 2.5 hours if it will take me and Jeremy over there to go catch some fish. So yeah, we're going to keep working on content, and the winter time is a lot of times when I start doing tips and techniques kind of things. So you'll see more videos, update and talk about chatterbaits and trailers, and the new gear that comes out, the stuff that's going on sale. It's kind of one of those things that a lot of people do that don't fish throughout the year, because we don't have, as YouTubers, I don't have the advantage of the guys down at Gunnersville or like down in Florida. Liz, you would make a killing starting your channel. Just being able to fish through those December, January, February months, and year round, and it was just one of those things. But I tell a lot of people, if you're fishing in the winter, you want to have warmer gear on, and especially if you're a river angler, that's when those wetsuits are really, really, really important. Because if you're going to come out of a kayak, the majority of time it's going to be in a river when you hit a rock or something like that. Speaking of which, Bobby and I are hoping it's going to stay 53 degrees on Sunday. It's supposed to have one more heat up, and the fish up there have been biting. Now, I tried to go up there last week and actually jacked my motor up on a rock, and stupidly, it was my own fault. I didn't realize I moved one of the brackets that was below on a Newport. I moved it up above because I was trying to raise my motor up so it would run shallower. But I didn't realize that by moving it, that's actually the piece that holds that steering fin down against the motor head. And when I did it, I thought I actually broke some screws or rocks. I didn't understand how it was assembled. But talking to Newport's awesome customer support, dude walked me through like everything. And I was like, oh, dude, I moved this. He's like, that's what holds it down. That's what that one is there for. So I kind of killed my own day of fishing by not knowing how, what I'd done. And it just twisted the steering fin. So then I couldn't keep control of the motor. But yeah, whatever. I mean, I went up and saw some place that I hadn't been, but where I chose to go was too shallow even for me to go. So talking to some friends, put me in the right places a little farther north. Bobby and I are going to go out there and try to get on some smallies on Sunday to hopefully, and I've got I got 416s. I got 416 on catch 22 that I want to let me share screen, share fishing chaos, share. You see Jeremy's already up over 400 inches. He's smashed him. He's got all 18s or better with that night, that he's got a 20 and then a bunch of 19s and then a bunch of 18s. And then I'm way down here in 12th, but I got a 21, a 20, I got a bunch of 19s, but I see I've got Jeremy was hammering the 18, 19 inch range. Boggs is freaking known for that. So he was smashing them. Of course, my only goal in life is to stay above Matt. But poor Matt hasn't been able to fish this much with the year. Hopefully things settle down for him and he gets a chance to get back out there, which reminds me, Matt, if you're in chat, I'm going to try again Sunday, but I'm going to text you tomorrow. If you're not in chat, you're not going to hear me say this, but I'm going to text you tomorrow to see if you can be free Sunday to go try one more last time and see if that can happen. Saw Mr. Ralph Army Outdoors in the chat, member for 35 months. And let me stop and take a minute and thank you guys. The channel members and everybody that kind of keeps the memberships going. That means a ton to me. I mean, you guys don't realize sometimes maybe because, I see donations come in other live streams and stuff like that. But memberships and things like that help fund the channel. It helps me if I'm doing like shipping out prizes. I love collecting and sending out prizes. Don't get me wrong. Costs like that, I don't mind eating and all. But it's nice for the memberships and the donos when they do come in. And that's why I don't ask for them. But when they do, and I know if I shut them off, there would be, people, it would raise hell because I did that once before. But I got to thank you guys for being here, supporting what we're doing, because you guys don't realize, Jeremy and I are, that leads me into something else. Let me get this screen out of the way. That leads me into something else. When we talk about how we as a community have an impact on people, sure, I'm the face of Fishing with Gramps and the Fishing Fam, and that also leads into what Matt, Jeremy, and I do with Freedom Squad. But Jeremy's like Jeremy always tells me, dude, you're the gift of gab. You're the one who likes, you talk, we do, and I'm with that. And that being said, there are a lot of people, who walk up to me and Jeremy, and when they see Jeremy at Boggs and they know him from the channel, they ask him about techniques and things like that too. So he makes those relationships because he's on the water and at the ramp a lot. And through that, we've met some various locals and we talk to them too. And one of the guys he met is a jig maker. And, he is actually sponsoring or supporting a local small high school team with some jigs and whatnot. And when Jeremy told me that these guys, their jerseys are literally T-shirts that they ride on. Now, Shoals High School in Martin County, Southern Indiana, is a very, very, very small high school. I mean, they're just barely big enough to actually be a school. But it means a lot to Jeremy and I because it's where both my mom and dad went to high school, where they met, where they dated, where they've been their whole lives while, while we had mom here with us. And when this guy was saying he was going to do some stuff for Shoals, the fishing team, I'm like, do they even have, he's like, they got next to nothing. He's like, they've got next to nothing, and he's wanting to help them along. And so Jeremy and I started chatting about this while I was on the driving up to Indy, and we're going to get involved. We're going to do, we're going to collect new baits that we have, and we're going to collect them up for these guys. But then we're also going to get with these guys over the winter, maybe early spring, and do some seminars with them and kind of teach them what we know and share some of our local knowledge. And you know what? If there's a school small that they don't have, it's like I wouldn't do that to the local high school where I went to high school. It's the biggest school and one of the biggest high schools down here in Southern India. They're wanting for nothing. You know what I'm saying? There's a few thousand students at Bedford North Lawrence High School. There's probably 4,000, I think. Shoals, I bet they probably don't even have 400, right? So it's again a small school. So Jeremy and I are going to do some bait collections like we have done in the past for the VA DOMs and all that too. Those guys got more stuff than we could ever donate to them. And so we've donated a lot. We've donated everything to every veteran that we see, but we've kept stuff for like kids packages and things like that too. But you know what? If you're out there watching, listening, and you want to be part of maybe helping a small high school team, and you've got some extra baits that are still in the package that you've got extra of, because you know how it is. We go to a bait shop. We don't buy one of them. We buy a few of them. You know what I'm saying? If you've got some stuff that you want to send in and donate to this high school fishing team, Jeremy and I would love to have it, because we're going to put on seminars for everything that we collect and get, whether it's crankbaits. I'm actually going to donate my Monster Bass Lunker sticks to the cause. Just so if there's some kid out there that doesn't have whatever, that loose backpack back here that I've got, it's just sitting there. It's not being used. I'm going to donate it so one of the co-anglers can carry their baits. Here's what's funny. And I never realized this, because my wife did not realize that this box came in last year or year before last. I think I was fishing in one of the Heroes on the Water tournaments, and I think I came in like second or third, but I was just doing it to donate whatever. But I won a bunch of stuff, and they had sent me like an Abu Garcia Black Max rod and reel combo, which I'm also going to donate. But they sent me another box of stuff that I didn't even realize. And my wife, we've been cleaning out the garage lately, and I found this box. Look at this. There's one of these big old Plano tackle bags in here that I'm going to donate. There's like smaller Plano tackle whatevers. And then there's like fishing kits that they sent. I had no idea. I've been sitting on this stuff for like a year. So, I mean, sure, there's like a 13 fishing hat, whatever. But I mean, I'm gonna donate all this stuff to these kids as well. And it'll just be that much more stuff to help them out. I've got, if I get down here without falling over, I've got this Rod Locker Pro that I used as a co-angler when I was younger. I would carry all my rods in this rod bag, whatever, but I don't use it anymore because I've got kayaks where I throw them in the truck for, whatever. But, somebody will make use of this. So, yeah, we're going to support the Shoals high school bass fishing team. And so, if anybody out there wants to donate anything, my address is always in the description and all that too for donations and whatnot. But like I said, if you've got, new and stuff in package, or, stuff in a tackle, tray or whatever, send it on over and we'll put it to work. And we're going to teach these kids all the techniques and all the ways that we know, just to give them a chance at competing with, some of the other high school kids. We figure it's about time we start giving back to the community as well. So yeah, I mean, I've even got like this real tree cooler. You know, I've just been since I've been cleaning out the garage. I'm just going to take care, and I always tell people, you know, if and I've done this when something's good happened to me, and then I've done it. I'd say just pay it forward. So if you want to help pay it forward, you know, somehow to some high school team here in Littleville, Indiana, um, yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna raise some stuff. Jeremy's gonna make a bunch of custom baits. And then we're just gonna go through like all the stuff that we have sitting around doing nothing too. Mama gone fishing. I heard you say that you were what, an hour from Bob's. You have to let us know where you are, and we'll get together and go fish one of these days too. Um, yeah, throwing the rods in the back of the truck. That's always kind of a that's a hard thing too. But I get it too. But again, I'm and if you could tell, if you're wondering if the old JT's back, here I am because I'm super hyped right now. But I'm also going to what else did I have that I was gonna yeah, this nightmare behind me. I gotta get my garage put back together. I do. Let's see. What was I going to talk about? I was going to talk about there's another big Indian. Another reason why I'm going fishing this weekend is I need to try to find a bigger than 16-inch smallmouth because I'm still in catch 22 and I'm still in the Indiana kayak anglers. They call it the Hoosier Big Bass Hunt, and it's your best smallmouth and your best largemouth. And I'm sitting in 22nd place, oddly enough. Sitting in 22nd place with a 21 and a quarter inch largemouth, my Indiana PB that you guys saw me catch last week in the video, but I've only got a 1675. If I can catch like a 19 or better, that would jump me up in the top 10. If I can finish in the top 10 with all these freaking hammers in this state, I mean, that would be incredible. There's almost 100, no, 70, 76 people that are in this. The biggest bass is a 22 and a half. But if I can get in the top 10 of that, man, that'd be really cool. But yeah, Michael says mag draft. I've gotten a couple of tips from a couple of friends that are, smally dudes, but mag draft was definitely one of the things that they were talking about too. So yeah, hopefully Bobby and I can go get into some and boy, and if I could get into that 20 club, one last chance. But let me let me do this real quick. I need to copy. I meant to do this before the stream and just ran out of time. So I need to copy this link and then Facebook it to myself. And then I'm going to take you guys and show you what I've been working on. And then I won't keep you too long. But yeah, I just hadn't had just a regular old, just a Gramps live in ages. And I said, you know what? The fishing fam said they wanted it. We have got to do it. So, okay. Let me go back into here. Close, still here. All right. So, yep, still got everybody in the chat. And let me catch up. 60 pounds of lead from work in the bed of the truck. Oh, Sly Fox is back doing stuff and things. That's awesome. We got to get Sly Fox into some of the big monster smallies up there in northern Ohio. He's like everywhere around me is like dinks. And I feel you. I mean, you guys know that me and Jeremy have been like, we've still got two more local places to check. And we keep hearing rumors. It's gonna have to wait till spring now. That's just kind of the way it is. But yeah, come spring, we're gonna be checking it out. But it was good. I see Mrs. Sly Fox in the chat as well. This glad to have you here. And yeah, we're definitely gonna have to get the lives going again, especially over wintertime. We got to keep each other entertained and busy while we're doing this too. But let me go ahead and do this. And then I'm going to show you the project I'm working on. And then I'll give you the first look at the XTR. What are you talking about? Copy link, go to here, paste it here. My dog's in there calling, or my dog. I almost died. My wife's in there calling dogs names, and I don't know what they're doing. All right, enter studio. I am going to mute this mic real fast. and add. Oh, now maybe this. No, you're supposed to be moving. Okay, let me know in the chat if you can hear me, and hopefully we don't have feedback. Good Lord, sorry about that. All right, let me know if you can hear me on my phone, and I'm gonna go give you guys a little tour of something real fast. Okay, good. I'm going to turn my camera around. Okay, everybody can hear me. It's good. There's the chat. More. There we go. Okay, as long as you guys can hear me, I'm gonna show you guys what I've been working on. Take you out here. So, as you can see, I've the old wood paneling that was in this garage is now all white, so we can actually film up here. If you check it out, there is the PWR up there on its winter rack, but that'll be coming down and going on the trailer tomorrow. Um, yeah, everything is about as white can get because I need to capture as much light. I'm actually going to have some other lights in here, and this is going to become a rigging studio. So you can see everything there is stuff that's either for the PWR, mostly for the XTR, which, as you can see over here. Now, if you see paint on the floor and little dumb stuff, I'm not worried about that right now. Come springtime, I'm going to put down that garage, that garage stuff that's got like the sparkle in it and all that. So I'll church it up, for next year too. But I just kind of wanted to show you. I got some posters for the walls. There's for the Everything Kayak Fishing podcast. They'll go up there somewhere. I got a bona fide sticker. I'll probably go get like an Old Town and a movie Waters and stuff like that too. But my shelves and everything are still empty in here because it's all parked over there in Grant's garage, and I got to get it out over here tomorrow. But this is going to be like the rigging room, and I'm going to start making these videos for this XTR. But that won't happen until we get that bad boy down and go hit the river one last time. But this is what I've been working on. Like I said, I got my toolbox and stuff that's got to go there. And, I got rod racks that I'm going to put up over here to hang my rods up on. And this will become like the rigging room for, for future videos. So, that's been the bane of my existence for the last couple of weeks. So let me shut this off. All right, we'll get back to the channel here and hope that you guys can hear me okay. Sorry for the terrible echoes in there. It's always fun when you have anything that's got two different mics, crossing paths with each other. But that's what I have been grinding for the last 2 weekends on, and trying to get that done so I can have that rigging room garage and have it set up with the stuff like that, so I can have my backdrop in here for when I'm sit down talking lives and shooting videos for rod and reel reviews, techniques, stuff like that. But then I've got my garage set up to be able to go out and do that too. So hope y'all like that. Check it out. I've seen a lot of my other fellow YouTubers, have their garage set up, and I just knew that I just did not want to try to do anything in there with that old 70s brown paneling up there. But I went and talked to some folks about how to cover it. And, I put a good, had to sand it down and wash it and then primer it and then a coat of white paint. And then boom, now it looks a little more modern, but it's going to be good for lights. So by the time I get everything back in there and hang everything up and get my posters up and stuff like that, that'll help, kind of sound it. It'll eat some of the sound instead of it being so echoey too. So I'm looking forward to getting to that project done. It's literally been kicking my ass for the last 2 weeks. I think I was telling Liz and some of the others in the squad chat that that it's like doing full-time Pilates. It's like, ugh. But, again, I'm trying to up the game, make the channel a little bit better for you guys. I know you guys get a kick out of watching me, do stuff like that too. And then if you help me introduce new people to either fishing or kayak rigging, things like that, then we can share those kind of things. Mike, thanks for popping in tonight, brother. Good chatting with you. We're going to have you on soon, but I'm glad everybody got to pop in. But I'm not going to keep you guys long, but I did want to give a little bit of an update. Feeling better, doing better. I hit them, 265 mark. That's down from 330 or 344. It just doesn't seem like it was that long ago. And, we're on the road to 200, and you're getting healthier, doing more fishing too. So we've got a lot going on. It's like I said, I'm feeling really, really, really good. Work has finally settled down. The stress is starting to melt away. I've got my mojo back, and I'll be coming back and cranking out videos. We've still got a lot of videos to bring you guys. We got the trip to Wisconsin, the Caddo, just fun foots, the knucklehead, a day on the water with Chad where I went out and stung all of his fish and had a blast doing it. And then I found out he had Alex Rudd fishing there the next day. So I feel even better about it too, because I stayed away from that spot. But I get it, but now I got it in the old noggin for future trips down to Gunnersville. And the NC, which I would love to see everybody at this spring too. But I'm feeling good. I've been kind of like beating myself up for getting so far behind on videos, but I'm like, you know what? If I can bring you guys fishing videos, even though they were from a couple months ago through the winter time, so be it. Because that gives me time to get the yak rig, do videos on that, show you guys some of the stuff that I've learned along the way with both the Power and the XTR, because I'm keeping them both. And I'll probably add a RVR to the mix later so I can do some creek fishing. Because I'm telling you guys, when I get down around 200 pounds and I strap my knee brace on and I can walk in these creeks again, there are some actual good smallie creeks around this area that I just can't get into in my health. But as it gets better, I'm going to get better, and we're going to get out in them creeks and we're going to find them. I got some guys that puddle walkers outdoors and some other guys that just smash 18s and 17s in these local creeks. And those are fun enough when you're just wade fishing or dragging a little kayak with you too. So I got a lot that I want to do. I'm actually going to do a lot more boat fishing this year too. I keep telling myself I'm going to sell the boat. No, I'm not. I'm going to keep it for when the grandbabes get a little bit older. Then we'll be adding some boat action in there too. But, my primary love is the kayak fishing, and I'll keep at it as well. But sometimes it's handy to have a boat if you want to go out and scout bigger lakes and then go back and hit those areas with the kayak later too. So, Jeremy and I can have some fun using the boat to scout some different stuff, but I got to save a little cashola and do some upgrades to it. I want to be able to move my graphs from my kayak to my boat. So I got to buy some extra transducers, and I'm actually doing that between my PWR and my XTR. And I'll explain all that when I kind of do videos on those coming up in the next few months, how one is going to be like my river boat, and then the other is going to be my lake boat that's going to have the spot lock and all that other stuff on there. My cheating scope for doing all that too. But I'm going to keep trying to bring all kinds of different kayak content. But we're going to bring some boat content too, because some of y'all don't give a shit whether I'm fishing out of a kayak or a boat. You just want to go see us go fishing someplace and share that adventure with people too. And, we'll do it. I don't, that's what it's all about too. So, and that way, one of these days, if I get my grandbabies out there and, we go catch some crappie one of these days, a crappie bluegill, have a good time doing all that. We're going to mix it up. It's going to get back to being fishing with Gramps, but we're going to talk about like all the things too, because that's what I do. I love making videos of all kinds of different kinds and sharing stuff with you. But enough of that. Gran made some delicious roast. Got nothing with carbs in it. Like I think it's an onion soup. So it's just fresh, tender meat. So I think I'm going to go put some of that meat on a plate, make me a salad, even though it's already 9:22. That's okay. Go get me some meat on. I do want to take you guys in every year. I mean, it still amazes me that we're knocking on the door of 33,000 fishing fam from just being a little tiny channel with an old fat dude who loves to fish and hang out with cool people. And you guys are the cool people I love to hang out with. You inspire me every year. Every year I'm like, YouTube's not paying me any money. I'm wasting my time. I'm not, because I don't need YouTube's money. I really don't care. I love the fact that we build this community one person at a time and one view at a time, and I know that any kind of little video or tip or trick or something somebody might have watched a short or a reel or, a video about a chatterbait, how to fish a chatterbait, or saw me fishing somewhere, and they hit that subscribe button and they join in and they drop the comments. And, a lot of people email me and drop me, various messages. It's like, if you guys didn't know this, we had somebody the night before last drop a kitten off at our porch. And it was right before a winter storm was coming in. My wife went out and picked her up and brought her in. And I didn't even know it. But I get up to go to work and I'm walking around going to the bathroom. And I was like, man, kitties, because we've got 5 cats and 2 dogs. And I was like, man, my this, I thought it was Vicious at first. That's her name. I thought, she's awful lovey today. She just won't get off of my feet and rubbing and purring and blah, blah, blah. And I looked down and it was an orange cat. And I was like, we don't have an orange cat. Well, at least we haven't in about 15 years. And somebody, of course, Gran's not going to let a cat sit out in the cold. So she brought her in and, I made a post. And, if anybody needs a kitty, and of course, everybody says exactly what I'd say. It looks like you got another kitty for, but we took her in, but I made a post, that way, if there was somebody looking for a kitten, and it turns out it's another fishing fam member, fishes out, kayak fishes. His name's Kyle, lives about, an hour north of here. And, I don't think he's not in the lives very much, but he watches the channel all the time. And, he saw it on Facebook because we chat on Facebook too. That's I talk to a lot of you guys in Facebook and Instagram. It seems like there's so many of you that I talk to in so many different ways, but it's always fun because it's like I'm always having a conversation with somebody somewhere. But he saw my post on Facebook and they've got 2 German Shepherds. He saw the picture I posted with the kitten all snuggling our dogs. And they've got 2 German Shepherds and a cat, and they wanted a second cat, and 'tis the season. So found the kitty a new forever home, but of course we would have adopted her if need be. But it's cool that we have such a wide, and it's just funny because I know him through fishing from a kayak. That kitten now has a new home. So that was completely awesome. So again, this community that we built, you guys are absolutely fantastic and amazing. But I posted a thing in the community today about where do you like to buy your tackle from? Tackle Warehouse, Omnia, American Legacy Fishing, Hookup Tackle, places like that. And there's a very specific reason why I'm asking, because opportunities are presented to me all the time. And I'm just curious about what you guys think, because I order from everywhere because I can't get everything I want from American Legacy. The cat that I literally just let out 10 minutes ago, she just let in the front door. Guess where she's at? Right here at my feet, getting ready to jump up in this box with all this fishing stuff so she can go take another nap. Stupid cats. But that being said, I asked because there are perks and pros and cons to all these different places, but I want to know what you guys think. For example, I love American Legacy. They're local to me, 90 minutes away, so quick shipping. They have a great trade-in program. They have the Elite Legacy program. You join it, it's like $50 a year. You get free shipping on everything. You get that money back every time you spend something. Tackle Warehouse, they have exclusives. Like they just did a collaboration with Daiwa. And it's like, man, I want to order one of these Tackle Warehouse exclusive rods, but I kind of don't want to do it because it's kind of a slap in the face at American Legacy. But it's a $129 rod that looks absolutely fantastic. So I might have to order one. And TW is also so big that they get collaborations with like Z-Man. So they have custom colored chatterbaits that you can't get anywhere else. Grande Bass is that one of the only places you can find is on Tackle Warehouse. So I had them reach out to me to see if I wanted to partner with them as maybe a way to generate income. But the only thing I don't like about that is if I shop at Tackle Warehouse, I can get a military discount. They have a thing where you go through, fill out your forms, and they give you a rebate back on whatever you buy. But they don't have a way for me to offer you a code to save you any money as like a discount for you. It's a way for like a YouTuber, because I've seen others do it, Debo and others. It's a way for them to basically supplement their income to help support their channel. What do you guys think about that? I mean, when you watch this live, drop me a comment or go comment on that post. What do you think about YouTubers who use that to help promote and build their channel? I've also looked at Omnia, because Omnia is in. Now, the mixed dog I had on Tackle Warehouse it took forever for anything I ordered to get here, but they've since opened several shipping locations. So now everything's super fast. So I can't say that anymore. So, other than being Tackle Warehouse, but that's one of the perks is they're exclusives too, because they are the biggest online retailer. Omnia, Omnia has Omnia Pro, the app, which is absolutely phenomenal. And I've submitted some fishing reports and stuff there because, it's one of the places if somebody's looking for how to catch fish, if they don't know about my YouTube channel, it's a way for me to kind of draw people here. If they're from Indiana looking for places to fish, I can go to Omnia and put fishing reports up and help other people find places to fish, because I don't care about you competing against me in a tournament where we're fishing on the same lake and you're literally fishing someplace that you saw me catch fish. If you saw me catch fish there, then I did my job and helped you catch fish. You know what I mean? So that's one thing I like about Omnia is they got that pro app. They're up in Minnesota, quick shipping to anybody here in the Midwest. And lots of good perks. But they also, like their influencers, Punch and Hellabass, they get 15% off codes that they can get out to use once a month. Should I look at working with them? Hookup Tackle, I don't really use them for anything, but they're another one of those. Well, they're specializing in the fact that they do a lot of JDM stuff, and a lot of people really, seem to like that too. So be it. I mean, I partner with American Legacy because I can get you guys a 10% discount, and I can go check rods and reels out like a library, because they treat me like I work there. So I can go take stuff, review it, and then take it back and then do other stuff too. And I got to get back into doing that too. I've built my own arsenal around pretty much G Loomis and Shimano, because that's where I feel the best. And, I've got a lot of Lew's reels that I love, and I'll be doing some reviews on, and I'll be selling those so I can go buy probably some of the newer ones to check them out too, because they've come out with some different technologies that I want to kind of play with. But for me, Shimano's like always been my thing. But you guys let me know what you think about the places that you partner with, because, I don't want to hurt myself by being partnered with one, but American Legacy knows that I can't always get what I need from them. So they're cool with me just, shopping and promoting other places too. But, should I do like an affiliate thing with TW? Does anybody shop there enough, or do we just leave that and go support Debo and let those guys do it too? But I don't know. Haven't thought about it that much. If it's a way that I could generate something that maybe helps back into giveaways that I can do for you guys. Yeah, like Jones and the Fish said, Omnia Pro for the cash back and free shipping. I abuse the free shipping, as you should. I mean, that's one of the perks, but that app that they come out with. I mean, man, that is just amazing to me, because they've got like the Navionics, you can mark your own waypoints and all that. Mama Gone Fishing said, most of my rods are Shimano. Shout out to Kayak or to Kayla at American Legacy. And sad news, Kayla's going to be leaving American Legacy here in December. And it's not because anything American Legacy is going to do, but she's going to go work in her family business. And I really hate hearing that, but I get it. You know, her dad's got a business going. I think she said it was like a trucking business, and she's going to go work for their. She's going to go run like their customer support. Doing all that too. But I don't blame her. I told her, I said, girl, I'm going to miss you because she is such an awesome young lady, and but I'm proud of her. I'm happy for her that she's going to be able to go in and work the family business because it's one of those things too. But she does have a great, great family. So I'm always happy to hear that somebody, kind of grows up and gets to go do that too. But we're certainly going to miss her at American Legacy. Brian's, with Graham gone and Kayla gone, Brian's going to have his hands full. But I mean, it's such a great shop too. So it's one of those things. But I love being partnered with American Legacy Fishing. But like I said, I have to shop in other places too if I'm looking for certain things. But all that being said, it's 9:30. I've been rolling for an hour. Thank you guys for hopping in live with me tonight. I'm jacked to kind of being back to where I was a year ago. With my energy levels and everything else. Oh, Sly Fox, I'm glad you reminded me of this. I promise. I am going to get all of you, and we're going to do a pre-order for these hats here over the next month or so. I'm just so far behind. But you guys saw the one that I'm wearing now. And then Jeremy actually has the one with the leather patch. Dave says he wants a boonie version. Oh, we'll have to figure that. I love boonie hats too. I kind of do. I've always been like an olive and black kind of a guy. That's kind of like my theme. My boat is like a black and green, but it's oddly enough, it's like the Guggen green. But I may actually wrap the boat, and we'll see. I don't know, but yeah, a boonie version of this would be pretty slick. You guys have given me great feedback about my new logo design. It took me a little bit playing on the internet to kind of come up with this. And then I did the everything kayak fishing, but that's going to belong mostly to the podcast. I might start like a Facebook video, like a Facebook group thing for everything kayak fishing. And that'll just be like kayak and kayak accessory kind of stuff. I do have a YouTube channel for it that I don't have anything on yet, but it's hard for me to go dedicate time to put videos that are for a separate channel when realistically I love growing this channel and bringing people together here and doing all that too. So we've got so much invested with, Fishing with Gramps that it's kind of hard to move away from that. But I do love that Everything Kayak Fishing logo. So that's why I used it for the Everything Kayak Fishing podcast. That is a supplement here of Fishing with Gramps. So, trying to make trying to do little podcast things. Obviously, this one won't go on there because, we're talking about all kinds of crap and not just, whatever. But, it is what it is. But yeah, Sly Fox, I will make some posts, and I'm hoping to get it like it's $25 a hat or something if I buy them in bulk. I want to do a pre-order first because I don't want to go spend $1,000 on hats and then be sitting on them for the next year. You know what I'm saying? When you order, I mean, these are the nice Richardson. These are the nice Richardson hats, which I love because they're well vented in the back. I have to stop wearing my original American Legacy hat because it's so filthy that it looks like poop when I'm on the video. I just realized how bad it looks. So I had to do something a little better for other hats. So I'm going to have this one and the leather one. When I did a poll asking which one you guys liked, you literally split the poll in half. I mean, it was like one vote difference. So I'm going to put a group order together. We'll buy them in bulk. I'll get you guys here and I'll collect the money up front, and then we'll order them from there. And if we ever turn out to be like one of these big YouTube channels, then I may have to set up a Shopify account and just, sell them. Let's be realistic. But for now, The fishing fam, I'm going to try to get these like for 25, 30 bucks. I hope that fits in a price range that's good for you guys. Obviously, I'm going to sell them at cost. I'm not going to make anything off of them. I know I'm supposed to be put up stickers for sale, and Jeremy was busting my ass because it's like he said, you guys are wanting to support what we do, and I don't give you enough ways to do this. Hats, stickers, you guys have donated for baits and everything over the years, and every charity that we've supported, the Catch 22s, the Heroes of the Water, you guys have been there like crazy. When we were collecting stuff for the veterans. But man, yes. But Jeremy and I know Fishing with Gramps is a team effort. It's the two of us. It's the Hickman boys. It's just a brand that we built. We've talked, in the past, but YouTube slapped the shit out of us when we tried to change the name. So Fishing with Gramps it is. But you guys know it's both of us. Because realistically, I may be a grandpa, and Jeremy will be someday. But like we always say, the dude that we do this for is our Grandpa Burl, and that's the one who got us both into fishing, who taught us. And I keep telling you, I'm going to get into fly fishing one of these days because that was one of the other things that he liked to do too. But he loved to go fish down at the river. He loved fishing in the creeks. And that's the Gramps part of this. Is everybody calls it to me. But yeah, the Gramps is truly our Grandpa Burl. Then that's who the actual Gramps tribute goes to. So that's why we both promote Fishing with Gramps with our hearts, because it means so much of that to us. With all that said, I hope you all have a beautiful, wonderful Thanksgiving coming up, time with your families. Indiana plays Ohio State tomorrow, and it's a game that actually means something. This Indiana Hoosiers football program has never been such a thing. And when people look at like Indiana University is 10-0 in the football season, and we're normally like 2-8 this time of year, absolutely incredible. But we absolutely have a wonderful new head coach, and that dude is amazing, inspiring, and just full of fire and vinegar. And I'm so glad we signed him for another 8 years so we can reign terror on all these football schools during football season, and then we get to turn around and whip their asses again in basketball. I so can't wait. I would absolutely die a happy man tomorrow if Indiana manages to beat Ohio State. I'm hopeful. I mean, I think it can actually happen. But again, thank you all for being part of the Fishing Fam. Love you, love you, love you. Can't wait to see you all again at the NC, and then maybe we'll get together. I'm trying to get together a couple different ways. Want to do a Freedom Squad thing sometime here, and then obviously I want to get a bunch of folks together. If you can make your way up to Minnesota in the summer for the St. Cloud Kayak Adventure Series. Oh my goodness, that is just incredible. But I can't wait to see you all again at the NC coming up. I say coming up, it's in the spring, but yeah, it is. Enjoy your holidays. If you can, get outside, get some fishing in. I think I've got one more good day on the river, and then after that, it's going to be Power Plant Lake in the XTR. I'm going to go out with Bobby and try to catch some smallies. But other than that, thank you again for all your support. Get outside when you can and make some memories. One cast at a time.